Stupid double clicking bullshit fucking needs to stop. I decided I'm gonna start a new world because I wasn't having fun with that other world. I was too focused on my black tower. This looks like a good spot, honestly, just because there's a village nearby. But honestly, this doesn't look too great. I'll give it a chance. Excuse me. I just finished dinner. Where's my bonus chest? I could have sworn I turned it on. Unless double click made me turn it right back off the moment I click turn on again. Or something. Anyway, this is pretty cool. A desert village doesn't have anything that I want or need, though. Well, there are trees. There are certainly trees. Never mind, there's a freaking forest just nearby. And this is apparently a river biome. Yo. This isn't a wooded badlands. Yes, unless it is, and I'm just a stupid idiot. Ooh, that means there's a swamp over there. I can survive my first day here. A tree's burning down from the lava.
Symptoms undetected. There is nothing that is truly just. Taste the lies on my tongue like a dagger. And the thirst always lingers. Oh, how fragile can this heart be now? Even hatred is a form of pride. Afraid.
Oh, hey, there it is. Bruh. What are they doing? What are they fighting? What's happening? Oh god, one of them died. What are those? What the f- Hey, look, a ruined portal. They still do. Only 3 torches. Where's the sun? Fuck. I barely did anything. This lag is fucking atrocious. Let me stay in one of your houses for now. Ooh, books. You may not know it, but they are very important. Too important.
Mario's off to save the princess again from Bowser, but there's just one small issue. Before Peach was kidnapped, she recently decreed murder illegal. Mario, a known mass murderer, is the only person who can save Peach from Bowser. But with this new law in place, what can he do? Is he able to put his old ways aside and still save Peach? We start the game, get through Cap Kingdom, and approach Topper. Mario's a good guy, but unfortunately Topper is not. Self-defense laws don't exist yet in the Mushroom Kingdom, so Mario fucking dies, Topper killed him, there's a crime scene and everything, Peach gets married to Bowser, and they honestly kinda lived happily ever after. But that's not what we're going for here. How do we beat Mario Odyssey without landing Mario in jail? Super Mario Odyssey has 12 required fights to beat the game, and 3 of them, nobody dies, so those are kosher for Mario. But that still leaves 9 too many murders for him. And we don't even get a chance to not murder anybody, because Topper has to die to progress the story. There's literally no known way around this, unless Cappy as a character is generally considered immoral. He's not somebody who cares about breaking laws, but in spite of this, he's our partner for the game. So what if Cappy killed Topper? That means there's no blood on Mario's hands, right? Wrong. In this case, Mario would simply be an accomplice to Cappy, as he knowingly involuntarily aided Cappy to commit the murder. Knowingly involuntarily. If we can play through the entire game without letting Mario know what Cappy is doing, Mario can't be found guilty for Cappy's crimes. Re-enter the Topper fight. Mario turns around, accepts death, and waits. Meanwhile, Cappy decides to take matters into his own hands. Within the minute, Topper is dead, reduced to dust. Mario is blissfully unaware, Cappy refuses to elaborate on where Topper went, and they can continue to the next kingdom. Cascade Kingdom has one required fight, Madame Brutal. However, Mario's devised a plan. To leave the kingdom, we only need 5 moons. The first is our first power moon. We can follow it up with Chomp Through the Rocks in this 2D moon. With only 3 out of 5 moons, there is nothing left in the kingdom that we're supposed to be able to get without killing Madame Brutal. However, we're not quitters. Through the use of glitches, we're able to get 2 additional moons that we need to finish the kingdom. For the first one, we travel out of bounds and navigate to this chest that contains Treasure of the Waterfall Basin. The second requires the use of a glitch called a CRC, or Cappy Return Cancel. This glitch lets us manipulate where Cappy will warp when trying to return to Mario in 2-player mode. The warp is based on Cappy's distance from Mario and Mario's line of sight, so if we get Cappy stuck up here and then stand in a specific spot on this rock, we can warp Cappy into the checkpoint on the floating island and get our last moon. Sand Kingdom doesn't have any required fights, but there's a catch. If we kill Harriet in Sand Kingdom, we can go through a warp painting to Metro Kingdom, do another CRC, and skip the Mecha Wiggler fight. You might argue that killing a robot doesn't count as murder. Unfortunately, Mecha Wiggler is sentient, so it is murder. This means we have to go through a Harriet, and you probably know exactly where this is going. Mario didn't see a thing. He was actually sleeping the entire time. We performed the CRC in Metro, bringing us to the mainland. Here the kingdom is in the daytime state, which makes it super easy to collect 20 moons. We can then lead back through the painting and head to Lake Kingdom. Lake Kingdom doesn't have any required fights either. Rango's there, but it's easy enough to collect 8 moons and ignore him. Wooded Kingdom is the same, with there being a few optional fights, but no required fights. This is followed by Cloud Kingdom, where we are forced to confront Bowser. Now, if you remember what I mentioned earlier, Mario can't kill anyone. The keyword being kill. Bowser does not die from this fight, so Mario is perfectly within the law to kick Bowser's ass. We land in Lost Kingdom, which has one required fight, Klepto. If we land in certain parts of the kingdom, Klepto will steal Cappy, and the only way we can get him back is through murder. However, we can strategically avoid the areas of the map where Klepto steals Cappy, and then by approaching Klepto from a different angle, we can scare him into not taking Cappy at all. This is 100% not intended by the game, but does give us enough room to collect enough moons and leave the kingdom. The next few kingdoms are a cakewalk for Mario and Cappy. Metro is already done, so we leave it immediately, while Snow and the Seaside both have 0 required fights. But once we reach Luncheon, Spewart blocks the way. There are only 3 moons available in the area before fighting Spewart, but we can perform a trick where we jump around his arena to skip the fight. This opens up the rest of the kingdom to us. However, the moons we can grab here are a bit more limited than normal because we haven't progressed the story past the Spewart fight. Fortunately, there are still 15 moons that we can grab to finish up the kingdom. Next is Ruin. Unfortunately, there's a boss fight here and there's no way around it. And not to mention, I don't see how Mario can manage to not see Cappy kill this thing. It's a massive dragon, and the fight is just way too loud. There's no way Mario doesn't end up in jail after this, but wait a second. This is actually one of the fights where nobody dies. The dragon sort of just sits around and watches you after you beat it. So legally speaking, there is nothing wrong with what Mario's about to do here. All being ruined, we finally reach Bowser's Kingdom. Throughout the kingdom, there are 4 required fights. The first is this ogre that Cappy kills while Mario is sneezing. Next, at the midpoint of the kingdom, we run into Harriet's twin sister and Topper's twin brother. Mario can't tell the difference, but Cappy knows the truth. He killed Harriet and Topper. It's clear to him that these are different people. With his prior experience, neither of these fights are too hard. Topper goes down quick, so does Harriet, while Mario is none the wiser. With both of them dead, there is only one more fight left in the kingdom, the Mecha Brutal. Normally, you do this fight by capturing a Pokio and poking each of the Brutals to death to explode the mech. That won't work because of that little lava we mentioned earlier. However, the safest spot for Mario during this fight is on top of the mech, so at the beginning, we climb up. This puts Cappy in the perfect position to do the dirty work while Mario is busy contemplating how he's going to spend the rest of his life on top of a robot. Cappy takes out all 4 of the Brutals. Mario is confused but simply assumes that the Brutals gave up and put together a fireworks show as a sign of peace. As Mario and Cappy fly off into the sky at the Odyssey, Mario reflects on their journey and how incredible it was that they got where they are now without killing a single person. "It's a me!" exclaims Mario. "Yeah, me day," responds Cappy. To an outsider, this might not seem like much of a conversation, but if you've played Mario Odyssey before, this is just the heartfelt sort of way they talk to each other. In Moon Kingdom, there are 2 required fights, Madame Brutal and Bowser. We can skip the Madame Brutal fight by doing a trick called Moon Skip to scale this wall and immediately reach the church. In the church, we'll find Bowser and begin the fight. Since Bowser doesn't actually die from this fight, Mario takes no shame in crashing his wedding and kicking his butt. From this point on, there are no more enemies left to fight. Mario can simply make his way through the caves, reach this wire, and blast off to finish the game. Shortly after the events that transpired in Moon Kingdom, Cappy was apprehended by the Mushroom